What is up, everybody? DanDanTheFireman, pause. This is a MotoStars video. We're going to be going over some crashes and close calls. We're going to go over the plan method. We're going to see what happens, how it happens. There's crashes, but let's see how it happens. He's going 0 miles per hour. It's insane how he's able to do that. But let's see what he's going to do, and we can learn from it.
We're starting with the rider whose problems with the bike turn out to be really serious.
Oh, he does have some problems with that bike.
From severe consequences.
Hopefully it doesn't lock up. Oh, it kind of did. I have a feeling that rear tire locked up, and it lost traction. There's a mechanical issue somewhere here.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah, so it's like, what happened? We don't really know. So rear tire probably locked up. I don't. Okay, so maybe the engine oil kind of like was getting all messed up, because look at the rear tire. The rear tire would not be that slick from oil unless they rolled it. Okay, maybe they rolled it. We're trying to diagnose it. Okay, we're going through the program here. So more than likely that rear tire locked up right at the end, and that's what caused him to fishtail and fall down. It's a mechanical issue, so if that does happen, this is why we wear full gear, just in case we don't have full control over a random mechanical issue. Might have hit something on the road, caused an issue with the bike, dumped the bike. It could have been he took off knowing full well he had an engine or some type of issue with the bike and still went. That's kind of on his fault, but we don't know that. So this just kind of explains why, some people crash, and if you crash, hopefully you got full gear so you can protect your body. Overall, it sucks. We're going to move on.
नहीं इसमें ऑयल या तो पीछे आया है
हुआ क्या है? All right. Oh, hey. I'd rather do that than crash into the car. Okay, so we're going a little too fast. Now, I have my phone GPS on, I have my phone on the dash right here, Rockform, 20% off. We got a few sponsors here, but 20% off, link in the description. I have my phone right there just for the GPS so I could see where the turns are coming up. Just kind of like if you're driving really fast in GTA or some type of racing simulator, you know what's coming up. So you know it's a sharp turn coming up, so you can slow down, prepare for it, along with the signs. It's great. So anyways, we're going a little too fast in the corner, though, here. We're going a little too fast, maybe trying to keep up with our buddy up there, not riding our own ride. Maybe you should tell your buddy, here's the extra discount here. Tell your buddy, hey, you're going a little too fast and I'm not be able to keep up. So you can only tell them that if you have a Pack Talk Edge or something. There's a link in the description, because there's a sale going on right now, August 31st to September 7th for 22% off. That's the most you're going to get all year. With my normal link, you only get 10%, so 22% is a huge sale. It's the Labor Day sale. Use code DDTF. It should automatically do it, though, if you use the link in the description. That way you can tell them, hey, dude, you're going too fast. I'll meet you at the next exit. I'll meet you here. I know the directions where we're supposed to go. I'll meet you at the coffee shop. I'll meet you wherever we're going. Or slow down. Okay, this is a little too fast. Maybe I'm tired and my brain's not working. So can you slow down a little bit so I can keep up? Whatever it is, don't feel guilty about that. But if we're going too fast and we're going towards the car, he did a good evasive maneuver, okay? Navigated an active threat. He kind of put himself in that position, but there's a car there. He did swerve to the left. He found some grass. Thankfully, there's grass, not a freaking cliff or a guardrail. So he got lucky. I'd rather fall here than go head on into a car. So he did the best of what he could. But how do we prevent that in the first place? Slow it down. Slow it down. He's got full gear. All right, here we go. Traffic. This is what we do here. Okay, this is crazy traffic. Oh, his pee-pee's going to hurt a little bit. So this is definitely not the United States. A little chaotic here in this country or wherever this is at. This is why I like having road rules, because people tend to follow them, so you are kind of aware of what is going to happen. There's always just going to be that one person kind of sneaking out and going crazy, but here it looks like that's the way of life. So you have to be super careful, on edge all the time. And then we hit the ground. There's a nice little butt in the air, but his pee-pee's going to hurt because he hits that gas tank because he slides across the top. Oh, so in countries like this or scenarios like this, you are basically in survival mode all the time. And that's one thing I really, like I said, about at least America, at least where I ride and drive and all that stuff, is that I'm not in survival mode all the time. I can actually relax a little bit and focus on the anomalies, not crazy. sucks. All right, here we go. We're riding around, having some fun. This dude is not applying the brakes whatsoever. What was he thinking? You gotta apply the brakes, dude. Not the horn. Oh my gosh. What an embarrassment. We need a thumbnail. Okay, so the horn's not gonna do anything. It's not gonna stop you. It's not gonna do anything for them. You know what's gonna work? Progressive braking pressure. Now, he might be a tourist. He never rode a motorcycle. They probably didn't need him to have an endorsement or anything like that. So this is what you can do. Once again, we have multiple things here. Smart Rider drills, 24 drills. You can practice your braking, practice your slow speed maneuvers, 24 of them. There's a QR code of me doing it, so you can have a demonstration. There's my time right there for each one. So try to beat my time if you really want to. And it comes with a digital download, so you can have it on your phone on your dash. You can actually practice, and you know what to do with your hands. This guy does not know what to do with his hands. Doesn't know how to ride. Now it's just nonsense. Here we go, having some fun. Low-sided on. Ooh. What a freak accident hitting his back. It looks like he didn't hit his back too hard. The bike took most of it, but man, there goes your spine. We don't. Okay, that's the body angle. This is the road. Why are we going so nuts on a road like this? Like, it's just a regular road. It looks like we did hit oil. Okay. But if the focus is, I'm going to go fast and get really cool body angle and like, I feel amazing. Yeah, boy. Like, if that's the focus, where's the focus on just riding regular and looking for road surface hazards? Because you would have seen that. If that was your focus, is like, I'm going to ride safe. If you're focused on the Smart Rider principles and you're like, this is how I'm going to ride, this is the type of person I am, then you're seeking and understanding and recognizing and all that stuff, hazardous situations and looking for road surface hazards. That's your focus. That's your priority. If your priority is looking fast and going fast and doing that stuff, that's your priority. So you're going to make mistakes in the aspect of safety. And then you're going to destroy your bike. Yeah, buddy, look at me. I'm going super fast. Now, I get it. Adela, go ahead and take a seat. Grab a slice of pizza. We're kind of going over your crash here, but oh, geez. We're going nuts. We're getting off the bike. I got my knee pucks. I'm going to get my knee down on this easy little road, but it's going to cause me to get into a bad situation. Yeah, look at that. Here we go. My knee pucks got scraped, but so did my bike get destroyed.
There was a lot of oil on the road left behind.
There was oil.
He also mentioned that in this situation, his gear definitely saved him.
Got very lucky. Very lucky. I don't know. Oh, he's almost dropped down. We got more? Oh, he's pissed right there. Okay, moving on. Crash incoming. Oh, yeah. The brick and the pavers, when wet, get a little slippery. So be very careful. So I mentioned during the live stream in between these videos is that basically what you want to do is pretend that your grandma's in the back seat. If you're driving a car, grandma's in the back seat, going to church, full white dress, holding a big jar of iced tea. You want to be slow on the acceleration, slower on the turning, slower on the braking, because you don't want that iced tea getting all splashed all over your grandma in her white dress on the way to church. So that's the mentality that I want you guys to have when it comes to rain riding or having a passenger. Okay, so slower on the acceleration, easier and maybe slower on the turns, more time for total stopping distance when it comes to the progressive braking, because you're going to have a lack of traction, especially on this. So we have let's see. We have this where you hear that? The acceleration. Accelerated hard on paint and on pavers. Lost traction on that rear tire because the tire, when it accelerated, it just started spinning more because it lost traction. It didn't grip and push. It gripped and spun, or it lack of grip and just spun. And so now we're losing all traction on the rear tire, causing us to slide around. So be easier on that. Oh, Diva, she crashed. Why did she crash? Luckily, she is okay. Okay. Why did she crash? Oh. Yeah, her nails are damaged. All right, here we go. Going through a roundabout. Okay, watch out for any road surface hazards. Anybody coming out? We're going to low side here, aren't we? Yeah, you're accelerating through the turn. You're accelerating in through a turn. Okay, so just take it nice and easy. Nice and easy through here because you're already looking for people trying to come out. So if you're going too fast, it's going to be harder to swerve and do an emergency maneuver. So if we're going through the corner, going through the intersection, because that's what it is. We're locating a hazardous situation. Intersections are hazardous. We have to look for relevant threats. Don't become the relevant threat. Don't become the active threat by speeding up. Just take it nice and easy. Nice and easy. And then we low side. Not fun. Not good. All right, here we go. Nighttime. Nice swerve. Oh, very good. Okay, so we're going to point out a few things here. That was very good. So let's take a look. Okay, so we're going around. It's like dusk. Maybe actually it's probably dawn. It looks like it's first thing in the morning. It looks like it's a morning thing. It looks a little different. You don't have that golden hour with the sunset. So we're coming through here. We see somebody pull out in front of us. You know, we're not going to be able to stop in time, okay? Progressive braking is only going to do so much, especially with that big trailer, okay? So it's pretty scary. So he made a split-second decision. He's going to swerve for the open spot. So very good. He doesn't know if there's anybody behind him. There's a line of sight issue when it comes to this vehicle. We can't see around him. But he made a decision. Can't fault him for that. It's better than rev bombing and honking the horn and freaking out, okay? So fine, he did it. Okay, he was about to swerve back into his lane. Now he has line of sight around this person. He sees headlights. He's not gonna be able to stop in time. He's not gonna be able to swerve in time, possibly. You know, he's already going to the left in his direction, so might as well continue. He sees the escape path all the way to the left. Okay, sees the escape. I could do that, but here I have to do a wide arc. Hopefully I make it, but I can already go left because I'm already kind of going left. So let's just continue. So made another split-second decision and went to the left. That's fine. The car was doing its job too, decided this, it saw it, perceived it, and did a swerve themselves to increase the space cushion between each other. So overall, it's a close call, but he did a good job because it would have been a crash twice. So he had two different things. So Gav Wills Son 916, you did fine. I think you did fine. Terrible situation, handled it though. Back in your lane. No, you didn't see any rev bomb, no rev bomb whatsoever, no honking the horn. So good job, man. Good job. Just handled it. All right, we're having some fun. Ruben, we have a stop sign coming up. Be prepared for that one.
Way too fast and didn't keep a safe distance.
Yeah, you got to keep that space cushion. Make sure you keep that space cushion. You see the stop sign coming up? Oh, he didn't see that. He didn't see that stop sign. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Hey, just stay calm.
Okay. We gotta rescue him. We gotta rescue him.
Hey.
Let's go back just a little bit. Okay, so I tell you guys to look for signage.
Doing this group right.
Stop sign coming up. Okay. You don't know where it's at yet, but you know it's coming up. So we should probably be prepared to stop at some point. I'm assuming it's around the corner because we can't see the stop sign yet.
One of the riders in the back went way too fast and didn't keep a safe distance.
Okay, so keeping this space cushion so you're able to downshift and slow down. Our buddy didn't. Okay, So if you really want, if you have that friend that just never slows down, never pays attention, maybe it's a brand new rider and you're talking through all the signage so that way they can, pay attention to the motorcycle themselves. Let's just pretend it's a beginner rider. So he doesn't have a bunch of gear. He just bought the bike. He maybe has a helmet and gloves. That's it. Okay. So if you guys can, right now is a good time. Grab yourself a Cardo Pack Talk Edge Duo. Go halvesies on it. There's a sale going on for 22% off August 31st to September 7th. I already talked about that. Links in the description for that. He can focus on riding, and you can point out the signage. You can point out, hey, we're coming up to a stop. Hey, there's a stop sign coming up around this corner. Hey, let's all slow down. Like, you could talk to your buddy about that. You can tell them so they can focus specifically on the motorcycle because there's so much going on in the brain of a brand new rider. Take some of that cognitive load off of them by telling them these things, and that way they can slow down and prepare for it. So that way they can focus on the throttle, downshifting, and all those other things. That's what I do when I ride with a brand new person. I speak for their brain so they can focus on their body. But yeah, he crashed. It's not good. High speed. Looks like he barely applied the brakes at the very last second or none at all. And now he's on the ground, not moving. And I did notice a little bit of road rash right here. So you can see it right there, right on the hip. So if there's road rash on the hip, think of it as paint transfer when a car hits another car. If you have a white car and they have a red car and they hit you, now you have red paint on your white car. Means that's the impact point. That's part of the impact point. That's where you guys touched. So when I see road rash, I think that's where the body itself touched the ground. So if that massive impact already, probably going to have some broken bones and whatnot. So it's going to be a full system thing. But if it was an easy layover, I'm assuming that's where the impact happened. And if I see an impact and road rash on the left side of the hip, the iliac crest, which is that little hip part that you feel, I'm concerned about a hip fracture. And when I am concerned about a hip fracture, I'm concerned about the femoral artery that bifurcates through the hip. Bleeding. Bad bleeding. Not much you can do about that. So if it's external bleeding, you can stop some of that stuff. So that's part of rescue. So stop major bleeds. You could probably pack the wound on that one. But if it's a mid-femur fracture or lacerated femur, a femoral artery in the leg, you can do at least a tourniquet on that one. But it's a bad situation, and you don't want to get your friends in this situation. So if it is a brand new rider, you want to be able to be helpful and to prevent some of that stuff. That's why talking on that Cardo, like I said, is good to do. And you can listen to music too. You can do a bunch of other stuff. So I'm glad he says stay calm because you have to remain calm. Call 911 immediately. I don't care about the bike. If anything, I want to leave the bike right there. I want to leave the bike because that's going to hopefully stop people from running me over while I'm helping my buddy. I want to go straight to my buddy. Leave the bike. Leave the bike. Okay?
Hey.
All right, we're texting somebody. I want to see what the text messages are.
Hey. Hey.
Okay, it's blurred, but oh crap. It's blurred, but once the camera pans a little bit. Ah, damn, you can't see it. He forgot to put the blur with the thing. Anyways. All right. It's red. Where they're going to go. Oh, we got hit.
Je savais.
We got hit in the butt. We got hit in the butt. Nice little simple little love tap that's going to cause a little bit of damage. Hopefully no whiplash. Double check your bike. Exchange information if you
Non,
can.
attends, je regarde, c'est le pneu là, je regarde s'il y a la jante touchée ou quoi. En vrai, t'as touché que le pneu normalement. Bonsoir. Pas de
Police
soucis,
officer
ouais,
maybe
allez-y.
doing an investigation. Who knows?
Comment? Bientôt ça va s'envoyer.
So in America, I would totally have the police officer do an accident investigation, especially if I got rear-ended. So that way, at least when insurance comes involved, they have a police report saying that I got rear-ended, so that it makes it easier for the insurance to pay me. So
Franchement, je pense qu'il y a
police
rien. Je connais, je
definitely
regarde un peu
helpful.
la jante, mais.
All right, here we go. Riding. Oh, geez, power wheelie. Here we go. Vets love moto. You gonna lower it at some point? Nope. Different video. Okay, so we're gonna do it here, but we looped it. Bike wants to stay stabilized. Look at that. bikes want to be stable. They will ride by themselves. We're the problem when it comes to the balance on a motorcycle. So we fall off. Look how stable that bike is. So it's our inputs that causes a lot of crashes. Now, if the bike is damaged or something, yeah, it's going to fail. But if the bike's in good condition, it's going to just keep going until it runs out of, acceleration and movement. Newton's second law of motion. The outside force would be gravity and friction that will stop the bike. But the bike wants to stabilize. So if we are doing crazy adjustments and doing nutty things and accelerating hard and leaning the bike super far down, that's when it crashes. Bike wants to stay up. There we go. Fred builds bikes. We got a lot of rain, so traction loss, possibly visibility, maybe hypothermia kind of can kick in. Oh. Yep, traction loss. There could have been a little bit of oil on the ground with the water. The water will lift the oil. Let's see what he says. Riding Nick's to work in the rain when I crashed on a wet corner. No permanent damage was done to me or the bike. Okay, so the water will lift the oil up off the ground. It's a surfactant. Water and oil doesn't mix. So when it rains, it gets on the oil, but then it goes underneath the oil, and then it lifts it up, and then it falls to the gutter. So while it's doing that in the first 30 minutes of a rain, it's going to be a little slippery. So if you get caught out in the rain right away, be careful for the next 30 minutes. If you just start riding and it's been like 10 minutes since it's been raining, be careful for the next 20 to 30 minutes, okay? Especially on the corners, because that's when you're turning. Try to avoid the shiny areas of the road. There you go. We got a fire up ahead. You see the smoke?
This rider stepped in to help a truck driver, but another driver didn't like it. At some point, he crossed the line and the rider quickly put him in his place.
No, we don't need to have that. Just sit in traffic, not a big deal. Not a big deal. Oh, geez. Automotive and towing, G&M, okay. If you're driving a company vehicle, don't be a D-bag. You're representing the company. Motorcyclists, don't be a D-bag either. You don't need to be blocking people. I get it. You don't need, but still, you're not traffic control.
Not supposed to be the fast, like, get out of the way.
Yeah. You don't need to do that. All right, let's move on. People, adult children over here. Adult children. Get over yourself. You're making bald men look bad. Even tried to tattoo some hair on him. Yeah, just get out of there. There you go. Slow it down. He can't catch up to you now with all the traffic. Yeah, buddy. I love seeing stuff like this, except for when you crash and break a hip and then you're stuck in the middle of nowhere. Oh, hit a rut. Oh, foot got caught on the little berm. It's going to cause you to get all messed up, and then we're going to dump the bike. But these are... I have fun. I had fun when I was riding off-road. I really want to get back into it. So how do you help somebody? So, like, let's say he got a lacerated leg and you're in the middle of nowhere. Do you guys have a trauma kit? We have some trauma kits on the store. It's from Tremoto. So if you want to check out on the store, boom, there you go. But highly recommend getting yourself a trauma kit just in case, because you're in the middle of nowhere. If you have to stop any major bleeds, good luck.
Now after rain.
All right, here we go. Oh, I love this little, the pixel art here. That's great. All right, so what, a Prius? You guys know we always talk about
This rider was
Priuses.
fully aware of the danger.
Lots of rain.
And tried to adjust his riding style.
Watch out.
Unfortunately, he couldn't handle it when things got a
Traction
bit more
loss,
demanding.
possibly. There it is. Even just a little bit of brake pressure, traction loss. Look at all this. Looks like soap on the water. So you're having a lot of different chemicals on the road outside of just water. So it could be oil. It could be just anything that's on the ground. So be very careful. I like to ride right behind the car tire because the car tires displace water. You can even see it. You see the outline of the car where the car tire was? You see how it's all like white, but it's all like clear in this area right here? Yeah, they're displacing water. Yeah, you're going to get a little bit on your windshield, like it's up here. But I like to ride in the displacement area because they're pushing the water away. That's where I like to ride.
Fortunately, he couldn't
Use
handle
the cars to your
things got a
advantage if
bit
they're going to
more
be,
demanding.
problems for you. At least use the advantages they offer. Yeah, that looks like somebody threw a bunch of soap on the ground. There you go. Yeah, you got to remove one of the hearts. Thankfully, nobody behind him hit him. Nice of that person to come out and help. You need an Uber? No, we're good. Getting some karma points. I like this little outlet. It was good. All right, here we go. We're moving through traffic. We're lane splitting. So watch out for anybody going to the open spot like that. Nice little impact, and we crash in the back of the vehicle. Be very careful. How come nobody saw you with high vis? It's because it's good to have high vis. Don't rely on it. There's going to be the few times that somebody sees you because of it, but don't rely that everybody's going to see you. So be careful when it comes to these lane splitting situations. Always look out for these big open gaps, because that's where somebody can come out, switch lanes. If traffic is standstill, nobody's switching lanes on you because they can't get to the next lane. So when you see these big open gaps, that's an opportunity. So be careful about that. Boink. Ugh. That sucks. Hopefully, he has gear underneath that. All right, here we go. We got side of the vehicle peeking out, but they're not they are an active threat now. Good job with the brakes. Good job with the brakes. Seeing that ahead of time. Handled it. Let them in. Don't fight for it. Don't argue. Thumbs ups are good. I like doing thumbs down if you're really upset. Don't do the finger. Do thumbs down if you're upset, but thumbs ups are fine. I like that. I'm glad that they're nice. Once again, I want to point that out, the thing that's on the gas tank. If you have a passenger, those are amazing. Those are amazing. Write in the comments for the official name. I'm not even going to talk about it, but those are amazing. Grab one if you have a passenger a lot. Here we go. We have a nice, easy road. We're pulling off. Probably a long day. Damn. I was going to say probably a long day of riding around, having a good time. And we failed our slow speed, possibly on a little bit of a hill. We didn't put our foot down. What do you say? I slipped. Okay, so we possibly slipped. This is why motorcycle boots are so good, because they do have a lot of grip. And here's the thing. If you use regular shoes, like the shoes that you walk around in all the time, you're wearing out your shoes while you're walking. And so now you're riding. At some point, the shoes are being worn down, so you put your foot down, it has no grip anymore. At least with motorcycle boots, they come with amazing grip, and you're not using it to walk around all the time, so you're not really wearing out the bottoms of your soles, so they keep that grip. If you want to practice the slow speed stuff, you can just probably creep out and do a little bit easy with the friction zone throttle control. Link in the description for that. 20% off, 24 drills. I feel like I have to keep talking about the drill part, but guys, slow speed maneuvers, lots of fun, 10 cones. Try to beat my time. I have my times listed on the drills. His legs cut. Yeah, his foot's stuck. That's kind of scary. That's why you wear motorcycle boots. Okay, so stupid mistake, but no damage to my Husqvarna. Thanks to the crash bung kit. Very nice. They saved me a lot of money in damage costs. Exactly. If you don't have a crash bar similar, you should buy it. It's worth every penny. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Even if you don't think you're going to crash, even if you don't think you're going to drop the bike, it's going to protect everything. Well, it's going to protect the things that it needs to.
Precis, jag slant mig i foten.
Very good. If you have the help to lift it up, you have the help to lift it up.
Okay.
Very good.
Jag hoppas det.
Here we go. Side of the vehicle right there. You see it coming out. Is it going to come into our lane? Let's find out. Yes, it is. Now it's an active threat. We're going to slow it down. Very good. I like that. So part of planning our ride, we're in a good position for safety. We're locating a hazardous situation. And is it a relevant threat? Not yet, but it can become an active threat. So when does it become an active threat? Oh, right there. Right when it started crossing that line. Right there. Now it's an active threat because it's coming into our lane. So what do? We have to keep ourselves in a position for safety. How do we do that? Emergency swerve, emergency acceleration, or emergency braking. Okay, that's what we do when it comes to navigating active threats to put ourselves into a new position for safety. We see this person coming out. Yeah, we could swerve. Yeah, we can accelerate into it, or we can just kind of let them in. Let's practice our progressive braking here. Apply some front brake. Let them in. Not a big deal. And that's what he does. This is a perfect example of how you should handle the situation. Let's say that when it's here. Perfect example of how you should handle the situation. Just let them in, let them speed up. You know, if you want to get to the other lane, do a head check and double check no traffic's coming, and then accelerate out. Or let them speed up. You kind of sit back a little bit, increase that space cushion because they're speeding up. You're not going as fast. And then once they get that space cushion you like, then you can speed up and you can go with them at the flow of traffic. All right, having some fun. Here we go, going crazy. We got a little too close to that car. The reason why we're doing this with the camera is because we were slamming the brakes and losing traction. So a little bit of a panic, go a little too fast. Maybe we're gonna go on this corner for some cool video shots from our friends, but that car came out. Kind of messed us up. Oh, here we go. Oh, I think we've seen this one where he just kind of blows up. Interesting, different view. There's the camera guy over there. Here we go. Pedestrians almost got hit. Dum-dums. Watch out for the side of the pedestrian, just like the side of a vehicle. Good job braking so we didn't run into the white vehicle. All right, here we go. Get a full face. That's an old Cardo Packtalk Bold. Guys, once again, they don't even make those anymore. They use the Packtalk edges now. So those things still work good if you still work good. I like those, but they don't make them. But link in the description for 22% off between August 31st and September 7th. He's got that brake. Excuse me. The brake light thing where when he decelerates or applies the brakes, it flashes like a brake light. That's pretty cool. Doodle does a lot of that stuff. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you for the blessings. Idiot pulls right next to me. Okay, so open the view a little bit more. See, he's blocking line of sight. I hate it when people do that. He's not supposed to, probably not supposed to do that, but you just let them go. A little honk, that's fine. Not a big deal. With that said, though, grab yourself a slice of pizza. There's links in descriptions for some major sales going on. There's a lot of discount codes. So if you want to get the drills, you want to get the Packtalk Edge, you want to get a rock form mount, there's 20% off basically between August 31st and September 7th for Labor Day. Check it out. Ride safe, be safe, and I'll see you guys on the next live stream.